Horizon Zero Dawn released in 2017 to critical acclaim and was even nominated for Game of the Year. 7 years later, I've decided to pick it up and attempt to get all 79 achievements in both the base game and 3 DLCs. The story revolves around Aloy, a girl who was cast out from her tribe as a baby. We begin the game with her as an infant being taken care of by Rost, another outcast. The first hour or so of the game is made up of cutscenes building the lore and setting up a plot, along with a few tutorials relating to movement, combat, etc. As I mentioned before, Aloy is an outcast, and the reason for this is because she has no mother. She literally just appeared in a cave one day. She decides that she wants back in the tribe, and the only way to do that is to complete a challenge called the Proving, so naturally we have a long training montage where Rost teaches her everything she needs to know. During one of the tutorials, we're out exploring with Rost when we witness a tribesman fall off a cliff. He's surrounded by deadly robots, so Aloy takes it upon herself to save him. We do so by sneaking past them all and leading him to safety, earning our first achievement. As the Proving draws closer, we have our final lesson with Rost, where we go and hunt a beast called a Sawtooth. It's a pretty fun fight, you have some interesting weapons to use, and when you take him down you get the second achievement. On the day of the Proving, we face a bunch of other people in a race where we do parkour and fight machines. As you could have guessed, we finished first. Sadly, the celebrations are short-lived, as out of nowhere, an enemy tribe shows up and murders almost all of us. We fight them for as long as we can, but eventually, this big guy literally just picks us up by the throat. Luckily, Rost heard the commotion and comes in to save us. Unfortunately, this is where we have the sad mentor moment and he sacrifices himself so that we may live to fight another day. Now, I wasn't surprised, in fact, it's exactly what I thought would happen, but it was still sad. Anyhow, we get nursed back to health by the matriarchs and are then let loose on the open world. The story sort of branches off here a bit. There are a bunch of side quests you can do, and also a few main quests to choose from. I started off by pursuing the war chief Sona, who went missing a few days ago. We find her and help her by clearing out a bunch of enemy camps. During this, I got an achievement for detaching 10 components from machines during combat. We also unlock a new ability where we can override the machines, placing them under our control so they'll fight for us and we can use them as mounts for quicker traversal. For the final part of this quest, we find their main camp where they're keeping a highly explosive substance known as Blaze. I think you can guess where I'm going with this. We blow the camp to hell, and while sneaking in, I got an achievement for killing 30 human enemies with headshots. After a short skirmish with the remaining forces, we claim victory, and the achievement for completing this questline pops. I also managed to reach player level 10 for another achievement. Player level is actually quite important, as some quests will be near impossible if you're too low a level. Before tackling another main quest, I clear out a bandit camp, one of several scattered through the open world. Completing this earns another achievement. Next, I have to go and clear out 2 corrupted zones. Corrupted zones are areas where the machines are under the control of the clan we're fighting. On my way, I found some random collectible and got an achievement. I'll worry about the rest later. There was also an achievement for clearing out the first corrupted zone. When both zones are clear, I head to a fortress at the end of the Nora Valley in hopes that I can pass through. When I arrive, I see that it's under siege by more corrupted beasts, including this massive guy which fired rocket after rocket. I emptied entire... We help the soldiers fend off the attack, earning yet another achievement. Shortly after, we go into a city named Meridian, where we speak with their captain, Eren. He helps us find a man named Olin, who was blackmailed by the clan to teach them to control the machines. After rescuing him, we are actually given the option to kill him or spare him. I decided to show a bit of mercy, as they were going to kill his kids if we didn't help. We continue on our journey to a place called Maker's End, and after stopping for a sec to clear out a bandit camp, we reach a massive building which houses a man named Ted Farrow's office. There we see a hologram recording basically saying that a massive corporation created the robots for military purposes, but they went rogue. This causes something called the Pharaoh Plague, and a woman named Elizabeth Sobeck deploys Zero Dawn, which somehow saves the human race. The recording ends and we are contacted through our earpiece by a man named Silence, who directs us to go to a place called Gravehorde. We head there and watch another hologram before Silence instructs us to go to the capital of the Shadow Carja, the clan we've been fighting. Before doing that, I decided to go and help out Eren, whose sister went missing in an ambush. On the way, I found another collectible for an achievement. Upon further investigation at the ambush site, we deduced that his sister was in fact kidnapped by a warlord called Dervahl, not killed. We try our best to rescue her, but by the time we liberate the camp where she's being held, it's too late, and she dies in Eren's arms. We end up capturing and imprisoning the warlord, earning an achievement. Heading back to Silence in the main story, we infiltrate an enemy battle camp and destroy their network tower so they can't communicate. We escape in a blaze of glory and get an achievement. We then continue our journey through an underground compound where we find more information about Project Zero Dawn. I do find the gameplay to be a bit stale, but I will say I'm really enjoying the story. That notwithstanding, we do some investigative journalism, earning yet another achievement. Unfortunately, we get interrupted by this bastard who killed Rost. He captures us and throws us in this massive arena where we have to fight a bunch of machines for the tribe's entertainment. When all seems lost, Silence rides in with machines in tow and we escape. Oh, yo, this game is actually really cool. Now, this is where it gets important, because the bad guys are launching a massive attack on my homeland, and I need to get people to help defend it. There's actually an achievement for having all possible allies present, and to do that I have to do 11 different side quests, and if I miss a single one, I have to restart the entire game. For the first two, I just rescue some dude from the wild, and then smuggle a couple people across a border. Honestly, I found them pretty boring, but I did take down this massive guy, and the XP got me to level 25, earning an achievement, along with the one for completing the 2 side quests. In the game, there is a hunting lodge with 4 side quests tied to it, all of which I need to complete. There are also 5 hunting rounds, each with 3 challenges, which I also need to achieve the top score in for a bunch of achievements. The first quest is literally just to complete 1 hunting ground, so I went ahead and did that, earning 2 achievements in the process. After that, I had to find a mentor of sorts who will take me under their wing as I make my way up the ladder. I then go on a series of missions hunting certain machines and bringing back trophies. In the process, I earned 3 achievements for detaching 5 heavy weapons from machines, killing 1 of every type of reconnaissance machine, and 1 of each combat machine. After a bit of faffing around, my mentor and I head out to fight a beast called Redmaw, which we defeat, closing out the hunting quests and giving me an achievement. After doing all 11 side quests, I continued with the main story by heading back to our tribe, only to find it besieged by cultists and machines. We push our way through and reach the Sacred Mountain when we speak to the perceived All-Mother, who is really just an AI built by humans. Here we learn that Aloy is a clone of Elizabeth Sobek, and she was created by the AI who is called Gaia to save the world. We go to Gaia's home and unravel a whole bunch of mysteries, which I won't spoil because I strongly advise you to play this game yourself. All you need to know is that Hades is an evil AI who broke off from Gaia and has been causing all these problems. I get the weapon I need to stop him, and more importantly, an achievement. Now it's time for the final battle. I go and get some rest, and because I did those 11 side quests, all possible allies joined in with the defense, so I got an achievement. The battle begins with hordes of machines and cultists sieging Meridian. I, along with numerous soldiers, pick up some cannons and launch a barrage on them all, severely depleting their forces and earning a shit ton of XP. I also get to avenge Ross by murdering his killer, so that was nice. Alas, the machines break through our defenses, and Hades starts broadcasting a signal to turn even more machines against us. Here we make our final stand by climbing the spire and plunging our spear into Hades, destroying him once and for all. That main story was genuinely amazing, and the payoff at the end was phenomenal. Now it's time to do a shitload of miscellaneous stuff. I'll have to clear all 6 bandit camps, get the highest score on all 15 hunting challenges, complete all 5 cauldron missions, clear all 11 corrupted zones, and override all 5 tallnecks. I kicked off things with the bandit camps, as I'd already done 4, so knocking out the last 2 was a breeze. While I was at it, I obtained the achievement for killing every type of acquisition machine. Not only that, but I got another one for performing 10 stealth kills. I then moved on to the cauldrons. Cauldrons are these caves where they manufacture machines, and when we complete them, we gain the ability to control different types of machines. Completing my first cauldron unlocked an achievement. And on my way, I also killed one of every transport machine, so hell yeah. I honestly hated doing all these cauldrons. They were just super repetitive and frankly really confusing. I had to look up a tutorial for most of them. In one of the cauldrons, I earned enough XP to get to level 40, which is an achievement, so that knocks another one off the list. And on my way to do one of the final cauldrons, I climbed up a tall neck and accessed its information. After a little over an hour, I finished all the cauldrons, earning an achievement and enabling me to get an achievement for overriding 7 different types of machines. I then went ahead and finished off all the tall necks, which was actually really helpful because it unlocked the entire map. I also went and killed some shellwalkers so I could buy this armor and look super drippy. Hell yeah. I somehow managed to get through the entire game without upgrading any of my weapons, so I did that for a quick achievement. And let's not forget the 11 corrupted zones. Here should be the final corrupted zone. I thought these would be really painful, but they actually haven't taken that long. Oh, there it is. All corrupted machines in every corrupted zone. After that, it was time for the collectibles. This game has a ton of them, but luckily you can buy maps from vendors which show you where they are, so it's not too unbearable. They're super boring, so I'll just add all the achievements to the tally now. During the collectible grind, I got the achievement for performing 3 strikes from above. It was really easy. I just stood on a cliff throwing rocks at machines until they ran over and I murdered them in cold blood. I also finished off the hunting grounds I mentioned earlier. The last 3 achievements in the base game are for getting to level 50 and unlocking every skill in the skill tree, along with the last miscellaneous achievement for killing 10 enemies by using their weaknesses against them. To do that, I went and found a bunch of snapmaws and set them on fire. There we go. I know I haven't gotten the last 2 base game achievements, but I'm going to move on to the DLC because I'll get level 50 doing that anyway. Without further ado, this DLC is called The Frozen Wilds, and in it we'll explore a new area called The Cut. To get there, I scaled a mountain and met with a tribe called Vanook, who are having trouble with weird demon machines. I get a quest to go out and find one of their shamans, but before I do that, I made sure to go and override the Tallneck for instant access to the entire map. After doing that, I traveled up the shaman's path without too much difficulty. I eventually came to a crazy lady trying to summon an ancient spirit, which unbeknownst to her is just a computer. I plugged it in and we had a good chat. Anyhow, we decided to fight the demon by assaulting a place called Thunder's Drum, but unfortunately the current chief won't let us, so we come up with the ingenious plan of overthrowing him. To do this, I need to get everyone's attention, and the game gives me multiple ways to do this. I chose to clear out the one and only bandit camp in the cut, which proved to be worthwhile as I earned a shit ton of levels, which got me to level 50. Just as expected, that caught the attention of the tribesmen, so I challenged Chieftain Aratak. You basically just have to run through a mountain range, killing machines and scaling cliff faces. It's neck and neck until a group of demonic machines attack and we have to team up to defeat them. The challenge is declared void, but the chieftain concedes anyway after seeing us fight. I honestly didn't like this part because the chieftain behaved incredibly honorably, and then this lady, the shaman, was a total bitch about it. Now it's time to attack Thunder's Drum. Myself, Aratak, and the shaman lady go up and spend about an hour fighting machines, doing a shitload of parkour and trying to put our 3 brain cells together to solve ridiculously confusing puzzles. Turns out, the demon has taken over the computer system and is manufacturing thousands of demon machines. We managed to shut it down, leading to the entire facility's collapse and us barely escaping with our lives. We head back and have a brief conversation with Aratak, and the final story achievement pops. There's an achievement for clearing out the bandit camp, overriding the Tallneck, and completing the hunting ground. I'd already done the bandit camp and the Tallneck earlier, so all that was left was to head to the hunting ground and complete the 3 challenges. The first 2 were easy, but the third was a little annoying as I had to go out of my way to get a specific item by killing a Frostclaw, but it was actually worth it because I got an achievement for killing 10 Frostclaws. When I went back and fully completed the hunting ground, an achievement popped. The way they did the achievements for this DLC is quite strange. They actually had one DLC for the quests in the Frozen Wilds and then another one for feats, for example killing 10 Frostclaws, which I just did a second ago. The last few achievements in the quest DLC was for doing a bunch of side quests. They weren't bad at all, but I won't bore you with the details. There were also a few collectible related achievements. Not only that, but I mustered up enough skill points for 2 more achievements. And now there's only a few miscellaneous achievements left, which shouldn't take me long at all. I should get an achievement here, just for buying something with blue shit. If I buy this, I should get an achievement. Perfect. There we go. 6 fire claw machines, easy. Now I need to get an achievement for repairing a mount, like 5 times. Mine now, I can damage you, and I can repair you, and there it is, there's the achievement. Hell yeah. And here is the last Scorch I need to kill. 1, nope, 2, 3. There we go. And now I just have to kill 5 enemies with the dismount skills. So I just gotta override someone. Hurry up, get over here, Charger. There we go. There's 1 killed with the dismount strike skill. Okay, there's 2, 3, 4, and 5. Come on. There we go. For the final 4 achievements, I had to play the main story on Ultra Hard Mode and New Game Plus. It sounded bad, but considering I was pretty overpowered and you get to keep all of your weapons, levels, and upgrades, it wasn't too hard. During the playthrough, I got the remaining levels I needed to reach level 60, and then when I finished the playthrough, the final 3 achievements popped, completing the game. I genuinely had a great time with this game, and I'm definitely up for doing the sequel, so comment down below if you want me to. In the meantime, check out this video where I 100% Middle-earth Shadow of War.